Hey everybody, happy early Valentine's Day from me and Gigi. She says hi. Well, kind of. She's not wanting to be held right now. So, but I wanted you guys to see her. She's gotten so big. She's like, I think she's 7 months old now. I know she's definitely older than 6 months, but not 8 months yet. So, somewhere in there. She weighs about 10 to 12 pounds. Yeah, she's growing up so fast. She's my little baby, aren't you? Yes. Yes, you getting to be a big girl. She's doing really good with potty training too, by the way. Um, but as for an update, what's going on with me, things have been very stressful and I haven't been focusing on myself. I haven't been focusing on my weight loss. And so there hasn't been any weight loss. There has been some losing of inches and some restructuring, basically, of how I look. I'm still in an 18-20 as far as size goes, and the 18s are they're tight but comfortable enough. They're not too tight or anything. It's going to be a little while before they get loose if I can't start focusing more on myself and less on other things. And I've come to realize that that's one of my problems with weight loss is it takes a lot of focus on yourself, and I have a lot of other things going on at the same time. I have school, I have work, I have this little rugrat, and so it makes it hard to focus on myself. And due to this, I have been not being very mindful about what, or not what, but how I've been eating. And so there's been a few times where I kind of did it to myself and it was because I wasn't thinking and I wasn't being mindful. But I ate too fast or I ate too much and I ended up throwing it up. And that's my own fault. So the big thing with this lifestyle change is not only do you have to be uh, self focused, but you have to be very mindful of what you are eating, what you are doing, and just make sure you're taking care of yourself um, first and foremost. And I am learning and working on figuring out the best way for me to balance all of my obligations along with the weight loss or, well, the living healthier journey and everything. And so, yeah, there hasn't been any weight change. I think it's gone up maybe a pound or two, but I don't know. I'm hoping to get it back down. And yeah, that's what's going on. For those of you that don't know, my birthday is Monday, Valentine's Day is Tuesday, and I'm going to be 42 years young. I think I'm going to dye my hair again before my birthday. I don't know. Um, getting kind of a bit of gray there, or a lot. Um, but really, the thing I was asked today by a relative that if someone had come up to me um, and asked me, you know, if I would recommend doing this, my thing would be that I would say if you're not ready to make the commitment to make the lifestyle change, or if you're not ready to work on it, then don't do it. Um, because weight loss surgery, it's a tool to help you. Um, it's not a quick fix solution, and it's not easy. It's a complete, like, probably more than a 180. It's probably like a 360. I don't know. But um, it's a complete change from the way I used to be. And it's not easy. But don't let that discourage you. Just know yourself, know your commitments, and be sure, to focus on you because you are what's important and your health is what is important. And if you can't take care of you and your health, then how can you take care of anyone else? So, anyway, that's my update for weight loss stuff, moving towards a healthier lifestyle. For those of you that are curious, I still am working towards going to Italy this summer for 2 weeks for an international uh, social work study abroad program. I do not have my official acceptance letter to it yet, but I don't foresee that being an issue. Um, the application deadline is the 15th, and I've had mine turned in for quite a while now. Um, and they'll do the decision making like around the 28th of this month and let you know. So I will keep you guys updated, but I don't see any reason why I won't get to go. It's just fundraising and trying to get enough money to go. I already have my passport in the works. I'm just waiting for them to finish processing it and get it to me. And so, yeah, that's everything that's going on. Birthday coming up, Valentine's Day. Um, One thing I would like to mention is, and this is going back to the lifestyle stuff, for me, it is important to make sure that I deal with my emotions and my feelings. And lately, I have been dealing with some unresolved grief from when I was much, much younger. And I've also been dealing with some deaths that have been relatively close to me. And they were deaths via suicide, which is a trigger for me. And so I've had a lot of sadness and a lot of fear. And you put all that in with all my other obligations and such, work, school, and the fact that some of this stuff came partly from work and partly from my past. Um, but I've been working on this with my therapist, and she's been great. Um, I've been working on healing from some of the grief that I never got to experience when I should have. And some of that grief is the loss of my grandmother when I was 17. I was very close to her, and she she died of a stroke, but she meant a lot to me. And so I've been trying to deal with her loss, and I've done that in several ways. One way I remember my grandmother is with Gigi, because Gigi's full name is Gigi Goldie Marie, and my grandmother's name was Goldie Marie. And of course, Gigi is a nickname for grandmother. So that's one way I remember my grandmother. Another way, and you better not be chewing on that, which I'll show you here in just a second. But another way I remember her is I know she really liked lilacs. She loved the scent, she loved the color of them. And so it's not blooming right now, but I don't know if you can see it right here. I bought a dwarf Korean lilac. And hey, don't chew on that. And Gigi likes to chew on it or try to. Um, but I'm hoping that it'll bloom, and that'll be another way to remember my grandmother. And then also, it's partly my birthday present, but it's a third way that I'm using to remember my grandmother. And it's healing, so it's not done yet, but, or well, it's not perfect, but I got a new tattoo, and it's my second one, and it's in color, and it's a um, like a bed of clouds and a branch of purple lilacs with two green leaves and a beautiful feather with the word dreamer, which, as you guys probably know by now, is my personal nickname for myself. So this tattoo, which I'll show you in a minute, serves two purposes. It reminds me of my grandmother with the lilacs and the fact that I feel like she's up in wherever, heaven, whatever you want to call it, uh, watching over me, along with my biological dad and other family members. And it also reminds me not only of grandma, but to keep following my dreams. And as you guys might have figured out by now, dreams are a pretty big thing with me. Following your dreams, chasing your dreams, everything. It's all very important, and you should always keep dreaming because things can always get better if you just keep dreaming and keep working towards those dreams. So, with that being said, please keep in mind I still have the bandage on this, so it's not perfect. I'll show it to you guys after it fully heals too. But this is the tattoo. You see the leaves here and the lilacs going up along my arm there. And there's the feather, the word dreamer, and all the clouds. And the clouds are a mixture of blues and purples to go with the purple of the lilacs. And then there's some green for the leaves, obviously. And dreamer and the feather is in black. And there's some little bit of shading down here with some purple, drawing out the color of the lilacs. And so, yeah, that's my new tattoo. And this is already almost a 15-minute video, so I'm going to cut it here. Hopefully you guys have watched all the way through. For any of you that are new to my channel, feel free to like, subscribe, comment, anything like that. I do answer all comments and that I get, and I thank you all for your support, continued and otherwise. It really means a lot to me. And yeah, so anyway, I hope you all have a great weekend, a good Valentine's Day, and I'll see you next week after I'm 42.